The origins of the Wendigo and Skinwalker legends delve into the rich tapestry of Native American folklore, intertwining culture, fear, and mysterious creatures that have captivated and terrified communities for generations. The Wendigo, a malevolent spirit rooted in the traditions of the Algonquin-speaking tribes, embodies insatiable greed and hunger. Often described as a giant with an emaciated figure, frosty skin, and a heart of ice, the Wendigo is a stark warning against the dangers of gluttony and excess, transforming from a cautionary tale into a haunting figure that stalks the northern forests surrounding the Great Lakes and Canada. Meanwhile, the Skinwalker, originating from Navajo traditions in the American Southwest, is known as a Yinaldlushi, or with it, he goes on all fours. This creature is a maleficent witch that possesses the power to shapeshift into animals, a formidable force driven by dark desires. The Skinwalker embodies the fears of betrayal and the misuse of power within a close-knit community, often people who have chosen the path of evil to gain supernatural abilities. These legends are not mere stories but serve as pillars of cultural identity and moral reinforcement. They symbolize the ever-present tension between the community's collective values and individual desires, warning against moral decay and ethical corruption. Real-world sightings elevate these legends from folklore to reality for many. For instance, numerous first-hand accounts in the Ojibwe, Cree, and Innu communities of the Wendigo's terrifying calls in the woods and sightings of emaciated figures solidify its presence in cultural consciousness. Similarly, Navajo reports of encountering skinwalkers in the vast deserts often speak of strange, unexplainable animal behaviors believed to be the witch in disguise. These stories hold weight in modern discourse, their compelling reflections on human nature's darker aspects. However, they also face skepticism and scientific scrutiny, serving as a modern battleground between belief and explanation. While some argue these tales are merely psychological projections or exaggerations, others maintain that they hold genuine mystery and truth, capturing something beyond current understanding. As we navigate these narratives, the legends of the Wendigo and Skinwalker not only reveal deep-seated cultural fears, but also connect various societal facets, influencing literature, film, and even informing discussions on environmental and moral issues, thereby keeping the dialogue between past and present vibrant and relevant. The origins and cultural significance of the Wendigo are deeply rooted in the rich traditions and folklore of indigenous peoples in North America, particularly among the Algonquin-speaking tribes such as the Ojibwe, Cree, and Innu. The Wendigo is often described as a malevolent, cannibalistic spirit or supernatural being that embodies gluttony, greed, and excess. It is often said to be a giant creature, gaunt and emaciated, with an insatiable hunger for human flesh. This fearsome entity is not just a physical monster, but also represents a warning against unchecked human behaviors, such as overconsumption and a lack of respect for nature. The Wendigo's cultural significance lies in its role as a moral cautionary tale. Within these indigenous communities, the legend serves as an admonition against the destructive powers of greed and the dire consequences of straying from community-centric values. Essentially, the Wendigo is a symbolic embodiment of the dangers posed by isolation, selfishness, and a loss of connection to communal ethics. This powerful narrative warns individuals against behaviors that could lead to the metaphorical or literal consumption of their humanity. To illustrate this, one real-world application of the Wendigo legend can be found in its influence on modern media and literature. The persistent fascination with the Wendigo has inspired various stories, films, and television series, such as Stephen King's Pet Sematary and the TV series Supernatural, showcasing its enduring appeal as a symbol of horror and moral decay. Additionally, the legend has been metaphorically applied to situations involving environmental exploitation, illustrating the Wendigo's resonance as a cautionary emblem against the unsustainable consumption of natural resources. Opinions supporting the cultural teachings of the Wendigo suggest that these stories are crucial in preserving traditional indigenous knowledge and values, reinforcing the importance of community, restraint, and respect for nature. However, challenges arise from the commercialization and often decontextualized retellings of the Wendigo legend in popular media, which can lead to cultural misinterpretation and appropriation. The Wendigo legend is intrinsically linked to other aspects of the main topic, such as the origins of the Skinwalker legend. Both are narratives deeply intertwined with cultural morals and taboos. Understanding the Wendigo's origins and significance provides insight into how these legends reflect universal themes of fear and morality, enriching the broader narrative of mythical creatures as cultural and ethical signifiers. The Skinwalker, rooted in Navajo mythology, is often described as a harmful witch capable of transforming into, possessing, or disguising themselves as an animal. This magical ability is typically associated with malevolent intent, setting the Skinwalker apart from other shape-shifting creatures in indigenous folklore. Understanding the Skinwalker's origins and cultural significance is crucial to grasping its integral role in the legendarium of the American Southwest and beyond. The legend of the Skinwalker is deeply significant because it encapsulates themes of power and transformation unique to Navajo spirituality and cautionary tales. By exploring the Skinwalker, we gain insights into Navajo cultural practices, values, and the community's means of safeguarding itself against perceived threats. One compelling example of the Skinwalker's cultural footprint is the ongoing fascination expressed through various media depictions. Films, television series, and books often draw from the mystique surrounding skinwalkers to create riveting narratives that intrigue a global audience. Additionally, Skinwalker Ranch in Utah, purportedly a hotspot for paranormal activity, draws researchers and tourists alike, eager to uncover its mysteries. Here, traditional folklore meets modern curiosity, weaving a complex tapestry of myth and reality. Despite the rich narrative woven around skinwalkers, skepticism abounds. Critics argue that popular portrayals often sensationalize or misrepresent indigenous beliefs and practices, reducing complex cultural narratives to mere folklore or entertainment spectacle. Furthermore, the commercialization of skinwalker legends can, at times, strip the tale of its cultural context, trivializing core spiritual elements that hold profound meaning in Navajo communities. Moreover, alternative interpretations of skinwalker legends exist even within indigenous groups, highlighting variations in stories and beliefs across different tribes. Some argue that the fear associated with skinwalkers feeds into broader societal anxieties about the unknown, potentially distracting from the cultural significance of the stories. The concept of the skinwalker intricately intertwines with the overarching theme of supernatural beings, like the Wendigo in the wider Native American mythology. Both entities reflect societal concerns, ethical boundaries, and spiritual beliefs. By examining skinwalkers alongside Wendigos, we understand the diverse and adaptable nature of legend crafting, reflecting localized interpretations of broader human fears and ethical warnings. In doing so, we gain a more holistic appreciation of how indigenous myths address universal themes through distinct cultural lenses. Ultimately, in addressing the origins and cultural significance of the skinwalker, we open doors to deeper intercultural dialogues that honor and preserve these ancient narratives. Regional associations and traditional territories are fundamental in understanding the origins and nuances of the Wendigo and Skinwalker legends. These mythical creatures are deeply rooted in the cultural landscapes of indigenous communities, and their legends are reflective of the regions they originate from and the peoples who fear them. The Wendigo is primarily associated with the Algonquin-speaking tribes, such as the Cree, Ojibwa, and Saulteaux, in the dense forested regions of the northern United States and Canada. The cold, harsh environments of these territories play into the Wendigo's representation as a creature of insatiable hunger and cannibalism, symbolizing the dangers of isolation and starvation during brutal winters. By contrast, the Skinwalker legend emerges from the Navajo culture in the southwestern United States, a region characterized by vast deserts and mesas. Unlike the cannibalistic Wendigo, skinwalkers are malevolent witches who possess the ability to transform into animals, representing the misuse of spiritual practices and the deep-seated fear of betrayal and evil within one's community. Understanding these regional associations isn't merely about pinpointing where these legends exist. It's about appreciating the cultural frameworks and environmental factors that shape these myths. For example, the fear of a Wendigo might be a cautionary tale warning against the severity of greed and isolation in forbidding winters, while the animosity towards skinwalkers might reflect social tensions and the wrongful use of spiritual powers in communal desert life. These associations provide insights into real-life sightings and accounts. For instance, many reported encounters with the Wendigo occur during harsh winters in Canada, where individuals claim sightings of a towering, gaunt creature lurking in the woods. Meanwhile, Navajo communities have shared stories of mysterious humanoid figures spotted at night, believed to be skinwalkers. Each sighting varies significantly according to its regional context, reinforcing the notion that while these legends are universally chilling, their manifestations are deeply local. However, these regional associations are not without controversy. Some argue that the commercial and entertainment industries have commodified these legends, often stripping them of their cultural significance and reinterpreting them for broader audiences. Additionally, skepticism remains among those who view these legends as mere superstitions, detached from reality and used simply as a tool for cultural cautionary tales. Despite these challenges, regional associations and traditional territories are crucial in understanding how Wendigo and Skinwalker legends endure, influencing and being influenced by the cultural and environmental landscapes they inhabit. As we delve into these myths, we gain not only eerie tales, but also profound reflections on human fears and societal values deeply embedded in their origins.